Being saucy, too spicy, I ain't even
Good morning! Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. Hey, what I been doing? Saying fools rush in, but I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you're thinking that I'm asking. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I done came so far, and it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water on my face. Jesus Christ. Just another day in the Golden State. Hey, good morning. I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama and give it my all and follow through on what I promise. And even if I fail, dark side to live. Ray Ray. Good is his power if I use it like a fool. If I wanna make it to the top, I gotta study. Good morning. I can sit back and just watch the news. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. Right. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Good morning, Kim. Photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. You know exactly why we are here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get this show started. Let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Miss Terry. You know what we came to do. Right.
It's like I'm stuck in time.
And it does feel like we're stuck in time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, good morning. Thank you. Tap the screen. Share the lives. Oh, you want to know how much the DNC pays me? Why don't you hit that subscribe button? All right, good morning, Tara. Let's go. Why are you always watching and pocket watching Zeus? Buenos dias. These people out here already pocket watching Zeus. Not gonna work. Look at my grass, cars in the garage, your tank's full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Hey, this is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. Yeah, cold everything. Southern Delight, let's go. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that means they left me. Hey! Rob, don't come in here with that misinformation. Alright, I told you what happened to Snuggles, right? What happened in Georgia, we already figured it out, and Donald Trump's going to jail. Let's go. Here you go.
I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, you've gone.
Here goes.
Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Hey,
It's like deja vu.
Mike,
Like
you're actually the joke.
It's like deja vu.
Mike, cut it down.
Like deja vu.
All right. DJ, go ahead and kill the music. All right. Go ahead and kill the music. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are once again gathered. All right. But before we get started, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me. You might as well imagine I got my hand on a stack of those Bibles. Not the Trump Bibles, though, right? The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately, all right? But if I were wrong, I would apologize, all right? And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you guessed it. I am and will always remain the most handsome. Now, many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok, right? What we do is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds and crimes. And believe you me, when we're talking about dirty deeds and crimes, these folks, these MAGA Republicans, they have a monopoly on it. And there's an endless supply of this, right? Thank you, Ginger, for the rose. All right. And so listen up, you traitors, you seditionists, treasonous thugs. You know who you are. Those of you who've been radicalized by Donald Trump, listen up. You might want to go leave this live and go hang out with those fake TikTok hosts, those fake TikTok lawyers, you know, those people you get your little conspiracy theories from, you know, the one, remember the 22-380, they said, oh, Zeus, 22-380, Donald Trump is going to be reinstalled as the president. No, he's not. Remember when they said he'd never get indicted? There's no precedent. Yeah, he did. He got indicted. Now they got this new conspiracy out there in Georgia. Something about, oh, they found out there was some fraud in Georgia, and now the cases are going to get dismissed. Yeah, you go over there and hang out with those fake TikTok lawyers with that nasty nonsense, because it's about to get very, very uncomfortable in here. You aren't that intelligent, MAGA. You really aren't. All right? But get this. I know you don't trust me, so guess what you can do? You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
Oh,
but if you're not happy, you can leave.
Darkish Jazzy, thank you for the subscription. All right, I really do appreciate it. All right, so you heard what he said. If you're not happy here, you can leave. All right, now, before we get started with today's topics, I want to make sure we keep beating this drum. All right, first of all, today Donald Trump resumes his trial in his hush money case that involves the campaign, the election interference. We're going to call it. Donald Trump has really he has four cases, and three of them involve election interference, right? The hush money. This is 2016 election interference. And last time he was in court, the American people finally found out all the details about why he wanted to pay Stormy Daniels to keep this little thing that he had going on a secret. All right. And there's going to be more coming out. All right. And so what I want to make sure I remind every single one of you is this. No, he's not winning. Donald Trump isn't winning. I don't know if you've listened to President Biden recently, but he did a nice interview. I'll play a little bit of it. He's not winning. I wouldn't trust those poll numbers, MAGA. But I want to make sure MAGA understands why Donald Trump won't get reelected. All right. And these are the reasons. I got 7 of them. I had 6, but I'm going to keep saying this. There's 7 now. There's 7 official reasons why Donald Trump will not get reelected. The first one, ladies and gentlemen, all right, it is because of what he did to E. Jean Carroll, all right, and those 26 other women, maybe even 27 after you've heard this Stormy Daniels thing, all right? He raped her, all right, and there's not an American in this country that can actually, especially if they're really Christians, go and cast a vote for such a nasty, deranged individual. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because he oversaw the largest fraudulent crime ring, I would say, in American history. You know, those decades of fraud. You know how you all say he was a great businessman? And now we have found out it wasn't really business. It was fraud. Yeah, Texas, right? Isn't this crazy? E. Jean Carroll, fraud. What else do we got? He stole American secrets and he lied to the FBI about it. There's not a real American out here that can actually go and cast a vote for this guy. I mean, I don't know what poll numbers you're looking at, but if you're just getting the ones where they call, that's not the real poll numbers. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Next, he tried to overturn an election, January 6th. Americans aren't going to forget that. Absolutely not. All right? And then, you know how they always say, well, we got some dirt on Biden. You don't got any dirt on Biden, but we do have dirt on Donald Trump, where him and his family, they've taken money from foreign governments. It was like they hit the jackpot when they became president, and the American people aren't buying it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The next thing is, Donald Trump has taken credit for ending Roe versus Wade, right? And this cost a lot of women a lot of heartache and pain. These women are going to go vote for Donald Trump. All right. And so with that alone, that was enough to tank his chances of getting reelected. But then there's a new thing we got to add, ladies and gentlemen. It's this hush money crime, this hush money trial. This is like one of the trial of the century. We all remember the OJ trial. Oh, this definitely takes the cake right here. This takes the cake because now the American people, we understand we were robbed in 2016. Hillary Clinton should have been president. And if this information came out, well, what information, Zeus? Number one, he did it. It was disgusting. But number two, He invited Stormy Daniels over for dinner. He didn't even give her dinner. He just wore his satin pajamas, gave her a glass of water. He got spanked by a magazine, told her him and Melania don't sleep in the same room. And then he told her, "You remind me of my daughter." And then he engaged in intercourse with her, MAGA. How Christ-like is that? That's not going to sit well with voters. It's not. And I'm going to be the one to burst your bubble. It's with great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, that I do this. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve this bright and early. Our first honorable round of booze and shame. We got to give these people shame, because even now, after hearing all this, his supporters still say, Zeus, it's okay what he did to Stormy Daniels, treating her like that was his daughter. That's fine with me. These folks have no shame, so we got to give it to them, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them our first round of booze and shame. All right, so let's get this show started with some more content. I see there's some dissension in my comment section. Listen, you don't got to be here and listen to this live, but if you are here, please do me a favor. Don't put no FJB. Don't put no Trump 2024 out there. Just sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. You just might learn something. All right. So Morning Joe, Joe Scarborough, he nearly dropped the F word. All right. After he heard the details of Donald Trump's latest Mar-a-Lago fundraiser. All right. The former president hosted a dinner for supporters who purchased those NFT trading cards, including a series of non-fungible tokens that came with a small swatch of the suit, which he was wearing during his mugshot in Atlanta jail. And the Morning Joe host laughed out loud. I mean, you got to listen to this. And if this is true, ladies and gentlemen, it just shows you once again, Donald Trump supporters, they have no shame, and we got to give it to them. Listen up, MAGA.
Donald Trump used the day off from his criminal hush money trial yesterday to host a dinner at Mar-a-Lago. A source tells NBC News Trump welcomed buyers of his digital trading cards to Mar-a-Lago last night. According to a copy of the invitation obtained by Axios, the dinner was for supporters who bought at least 47 of the cards priced at $99 each. Some of those same buyers also were expected to receive physical pieces of the suit Trump was wearing when he had his mugshot taken after he was arrested in Fulton County, Georgia. Back in August.
Clean.
What the holy F is going on here?
Oh,
who are these people?
Right.
I mean, what do? You frame the piece of the suit? You sniff it? Do you keep it at your bedside? Well, I don't know what you do.
The bomber jacket. Now that is really quite what did they do? Take Tom Cruise and then just put Trump's head on it? I mean, that is actual, just complete propaganda.
And he had him at Mar-a-Lago. He had a day off from his criminal hush money trial. So what do? You bring in the people who spent $10,000 on your NFTs and little pieces of the suit from your mugshot, which undoubtedly are not from that suit.
Okay. You see, ladies and gentlemen, so his supporters, these people got to be the most gullible individuals on the face of the earth. Number one, they gave this man $10,000. This is so when they like to parade around and say he's a successful businessman. He doesn't need money. All right. But then they go into their checking account, their little savings account, and then they send them the money. Not just a little bit. They send them $10,000. And they actually think they're getting a piece of the real suit that he was arraigned in Fulton County. They booked their flights to go to Mar-a-Lago. These folks, if you go look at them, I wish I could show you some of the pictures. It spells sucker right on their foreheads. That red hat pretty much speaks for itself. These are the same people we engage in on TikTok every day and get up here and say, oh, I can't buy any eggs, Zeus. Oh, I can't buy any gas, Zeus. I'm struggling. Times are hard, Zeus. Well, next what happens? You get a little extra spare change, and then we find out you take the little extra spare change you've made somehow. I don't know what you did to make the spare change. And now we're finding out you're sending it to your cult leader. You're not even using it to buy the eggs that you've been crying. And you know, for someone to say this economy is terrible, it is blowing my mind that you Trump supporters. Oh, this is your second account. All right, Yazzie, I got you. It blows my mind that for someone that likes to say this economy is terrible, you have no problem sending Donald Trump all that you have. Where are you getting the money from if it's so terrible? Which once again means we caught you in another lie, MAGA. We've caught you in another lie, and it is now time to pay the price. You all are a bunch of liars, and you know it. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving them what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. I don't trust the Trump supporter. I don't trust them. All right.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
All right. Does anyone trust Trump supporters out there? Does anyone find Trump supporters to be credible by a show of... Does anyone believe Trump supporters are credible people by a show of hands? Anyone raise your hand if you think they're credible people? You see, look. Nope. No one thinks MAGA is credible. Look at that. I can see the results. Paul, wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on, Paul. Oh, wait a second, Paul. Wait a second. You want to talk to Big Zeus? Come on up here, Paul. What the heck? I don't know if you realize where you're at, Paul. Are you telling Zeus how to run his platform, Paul? Are you really telling Zeus how to run it? Come on up here, Paul. Tell me why I shouldn't say all of us when I'm referring to you Trump supporters. Are you trying to tell me you're the one honest Trump supporter? It doesn't work like that, Paul. All right, birds of a feather, you know what the rest is. Birds of a feather flock together. Justin, you're honest? Okay, okay, Justin. Let me see if I can get you to come up here and tell me how honest you are. All right, Justin, listen, I'm going to park the show for a quick second. Come on up here and let's just have an honest conversation real quick. Justin, you want to come up here and have a conversation and tell me how honest you are? Because even Mike Pence, Justin, you know Mike Pence, you know what Donald Trump said to him? He said, you know what your problem is? You're a little too honest. So I'm having a hard time, Justin, believing you're more honest than Mike Pence. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Justin and Paul, they've declined the invitation, so we're going to give them what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. These folks aren't serious.
Silence! You MAGA
Trump supporters aren't serious. Now let's move on to our next topic. Jailing Donald Trump on contempt would likely mean locking him up for an hour or two behind the courtroom. This is what the experts are saying. Twice this week. First when he was found in contempt for a 10th time, and then when he audibly heckled Stormy Daniels, Donald Trump has been warned about misbehaving in his ongoing hush money trial. Could Trump's next courtroom outburst or gag-violating Truth Social post really be the final straw that gets him locked up in court? The answer, yes. Yes. All right, this is what they're saying. Courthouse veterans said yesterday, but that doesn't have to mean a corrections bus drive to Rikers Island. Instead, New York Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchan is far more likely to give Donald Trump a taste of incarceration by ordering a short stint in a small, secure space right behind the courtroom, experts are predicting. I know it's a small staging room or witness room, said one person. His client, Harvey Weinstein, ate at lunch, and there was his legal team there every day during the former movie mogul's 2020 crime trial. Held in the same 15th floor courtroom as this trial is now. Quote, they could definitely put him in that room. The same room that Mr. Weinstein used, all right, to say that he can't leave, all right? This room has one window, a cream yellow walls, and a small conference table ringed by wooden chairs with a vinyl cushion, and the door locks from the outside, all right? You could fit maybe about 10 people in there, all right? And this is what they said. Donald Trump and his Secret Service agents, they would definitely fit in that room. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make sure we keep beating this drum. Just like I was beating the drum, telling you the reasons Trump won't get elected. MAGA, come here. MAGA, come here. you know your friend Snuggles. You know who Snuggles is, right?
Struggle bubbles.
Remember this guy?
Struggle pancakes.
Remember him?
Struggle honey buns. Struggle in the way.
Yeah.
He's a struggler.
Yeah. You remember Snuggles, right? Come here a little close. I'm going to tell you something I told Snuggles. He's going to go to jail. Whether you like it or not. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve once again. Because we haven't lied to them. We haven't lied to them yet. They never thought this day would they never thought this day would come where Donald Trump would be actually locked up. And you know, when they put him in that room, they call it therapeutic remand. Donald Trump's going to get therapeutic remand before he goes to prison, all right? And we all can see it. Join me in giving them what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm here to make sure you Trump supporters aren't caught off guard when they do that thing like that you all like to say, lock him up. You know, I want to make sure there's no kind of, you're not caught off guard. All right. Now let's move on to my next topic. All right. You all know, many of us have been saying, if you really want to make America great again in this country, if you want to make America great again, it really does begin with a mass deportation of MAGA. I promise you, if you want this country to get back on track, deport MAGA and the rest of us, we will have no problem moving on. All right. And so it seems some people have been listening to what Zeus has been saying, and they've started to kind of, you know what? That's a good idea, Zeus. And this is what's going on now. MAGA voters are moving to Russia because it feels like America during the 1950s, and 20% of the local women look like supermodels. Wow. Oh my gosh. Chula comedy. All right. You're a huge fan of Zeus. Well, listen, I'm a huge fan of yours. All right. Thank you so much for the love. I love you. I really do. All right. So let's talk about these MAGA demons who somehow have found Jesus in Russia, all right? Trump supporters have explained why they have turned their backs on the United States for a new life in Russia, claiming the former communist state is a positive vision of 1950s America. Conservative men have cited the country's Christian values, beautiful women, and stunning scenery. You Trump, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We got some graphics for all of you to, okay, listen. Okay, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Look at all these conservative men. After losing their faith, all right, in their hero, Donald J. Trump, some have moved as far east as Siberia. Wow. Siberia, I hear, is quite the vacation destination. Unfazed by the prospect of being led by a dictator, they don't care that they're being led by Vladimir Putin. Absolutely not. They have expressed admiration for Vladimir Putin, choosing to believe his narrative about the decision to invade Ukraine. Quote, I think he's a good man, expat Peter says. This guy right here, expat Peter Froing, who is 62, told Free Press, this lie that he's somehow a dictator just because he was in the KGB doesn't mean he unalived anybody. Oh my goodness. Okay, look at this, ladies. Look at this, ladies. Look at this guy right here. All right. Who do we have right here? Bernard Rash, 56, moved to Moscow, Texas after becoming fed up with United States politics. All right. And disillusioned with his previous hero, Donald J. Trump. All right. Listen, he is divorced with no kids, but hopes of starting up a family. He moved from Atlanta to Yalta in the Crimea in July of 2023. 20% of the women could be supermodels, he said, explaining he anticipates that his children would speak 3 languages, English, Russian, and Mandarin. Quote, I wouldn't seriously consider starting a family in the United States, he added. The U.S. is a political mess. Socially, things are a mess. Spiritually, things are a mess. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Oh my God. These Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this stuff up. My friend Nutty Professor and I, we were trying to start a fundraiser to help some of you Trump supporters, some of you traitors get to Russia, and none of you took us up on our offer. But I am hoping that after hearing this today, that you Trump supporters follow suit with your guy right here, all right, and move to Russia. Are there any Trump supporters out there that want to move to Russia now that you know 20% of the women there are pretty much supermodels, right? You can go there. And Vladimir, he's not as bad as they've been saying he is. Any Trump supporters want to go? All right, Grant, you would love to go to Russia. All right, well, listen, Grant, we're going to help you get there. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we must do. Join me once again in giving these Trump supporters what they deserve. Another round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. We got to give them booze and shame because this has to be the easiest trap I've ever seen put into motion. Normally, even a rat tries to avoid the trap, right? Nope, I know that's cheese, but there's also something there that's going to end my... But these Trump supporters, these folks willingly walk right into the trap, and then they go, whoa, how did that happen to me? Because they don't understand. Let's give them what they deserve, a booze and shame. These people don't get it. You cannot make this stuff up. You really can't. You really can't.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
It's a sad day in America, ladies and gentlemen, when this is the information that we have to continue to bring front and center to these MAGA demons. Now, before we move on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen, did I skip it? Okay, but you know what? I'm going to play it anyway. We've been talking about the polls, right? We've been talking about the polls, and I just want to make sure we play this clip about what President Biden has said about the polls. Let's talk about those polls real quickly. All right.
Special Operations Command Chief Will Markham endured untold pain as a war hero fighting for our freedom.
So when you talk about the economy, of course, it is by far the most important issue for voters. It's also true right now, Mr. President, that voters by a wide margin trust Trump more on the economy. They say that in polls. And part of the reason for that may be the numbers. And you're aware of many of these, of course. The cost of buying a home in the United States is double what it was when you look at your monthly costs from before the pandemic. Real income, when you account for inflation, is actually down since you took office. Economic growth last week, far short of expectations. Consumer confidence, maybe no surprise, is near a 2-year low. With less than 6 months to go to Election Day, are you worried that you're running out of time to turn that around?
We've already turned it around. Look at the Michigan survey. For 65% of American people think they're in good shape economically. They think the nation's not in good shape, but they're personally in good shape. The polling data has been wrong all along. You know, how many you guys do a poll at CNN? How many folks you have to call to get one response?
Tell them, Biden.
The idea that we're in a situation where things are so bad. The folks that, we've created more jobs. We're in a situation where people have access to good paying jobs. And the last I saw, the combination of the inflation, the cost of inflation, all those things, that's really worrisome to people with good reason. That's why I'm working very hard to bring the cost of rentals down, to increase the number of homes that are available. But let me say it this way. When I started this administration, people were saying there's going to be a collapse in the economy. We have the strongest economy in the world. Let me say it again, in the world.
Facts.
Although GDP last week was far short of expectations.
Oh, it wasn't. Look, GDP is still growing. Look at the response of the markets. Overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly positive. And one of the reasons why people feel good about it not being as strong as it was before is they believe that the Fed's going to respond.
They hope they're going to get a rate cut.
Yeah.
Right? And so listen, ladies and gentlemen, President Biden has put the proverbial nail.
Sustainability is.
He has put the proverbial nail in the coffin, reminding everyone, again, the economy is not as bad as it's being projected to be. And these people know it. And so guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? All right, because we know these Trump supporters, they wake up every single day and they send their money to Donald Trump and then pretend like they don't have any money. And we once again we continue to keep catching them. Join me in giving the Trump supporters, the one who continue to push the narrative about the poll numbers, what they deserve, because once again, you've been caught lying, all right? An overwhelming majority of Americans support President Biden, and you know it. Let's give them some boos and shame.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
All right, are you ready to play MAGA or not? Should we play MAGA or not, ladies and gentlemen? We haven't. Should we play MAGA or not? I don't want to hear anything about what you've heard in this Snuggles Live. Keep that to yourself. Let's play MAGA or not, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we got this here. All right, this is a real story, and I want you to, you know the rules. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe this is MAGA, all right, and put a 2 if you think it's other, all right? She can get away with anything. A white Missouri teen caught using the N-word at Christian school reportedly escapes harsh punishment because her mother's position. I see you, DJ. Video posted on social media showing a young white Christian school student repeatedly saying the N-word has triggered calls for more severe punishment for students who use racial slurs. Look at this MAGA demon right here. The Kansas City Defender reported on 2 videos originally posted on Snapchat last October showing the student in a school bathroom saying, "You unintelligent N-word." I got to keep it clean on TikTok. "You unintelligent N-word." And "come here, little N-word." All right, yeah, this is what they've posted. You can go check it out on the Instagram right now. This thing is, I saw this and I said, we got to have a conversation. Students who saw the video, ladies and gentlemen, there she is right there. Students who saw the video reported them to their school administrators at Summit Christian Academy, but administrators reportedly made no effort to punish the student at the time. The Kansas City Defender said several students reached out to the outlet with their concerns and shared their belief that the girl skirted punishment because of her mother's position on the school board. One student noted in a post that the Defender's Instagram page, quote, "because her mom is on the school board, she knows that she can get away with anything she has." They told the Defender that it wasn't until April, when the outlet made an official inquiry, that the school actually decided to discipline this young lady. The head of Summit Christian Academy sent a letter, all right, to the school's students, faculty, and parents after the Defender's report started circulating, assuring the community that the student faced punishment before the Defender reached out. School officials also sent an email statement to the local outlet pointing to the student's use of, quote, "inappropriate language that failed to address the racism and the harmful ramifications of hate speech." The school president addressed the remark as, quote, "an inappropriate racial comment" in the letter he sent to the SCA community, while denying the claim that the student received preferential treatment because her mother is a school board member. Now, you can go look more into this, ladies and gentlemen, but for the sake of this discussion, do we believe that this individual at a Christian academy using the N-word really profusely, all right, is this MAGA or not, ladies and gentlemen? You know the rules. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is MAGA. All right, put a 2 if you think this is other. All right, let's see what the results are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what the results are. Is this MAGA behavior? Look at that. It's at a Christian school, though. It's at a Christian school, though. Oh, that doesn't change your opinion? The ones outweigh the number 2s by far. And this is why we all know this is MAGA. Ladies and gentlemen, because she has no shame, we got to give it to her. Join me in giving this MAGA demon what she deserves. A round of boos and shame! Get her out of here. Right?
Silence! You MAGA demon!
All right, see, this is why we have to continue to bring this kind of truth out here, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what MAGA tries to keep hidden under the rug, all right, and we have to continue to expose, all right? Let's move on, all right, ladies and gentlemen, all right. Lauren Boebert. My son is a criminal. Lauren, my son is a criminal, Boebert says. We need to close the border, but the jury's still out on how to close her mouth. And this is serious, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Oh, Big J. Big J, you think the border is out of control, or do you think you're out of control, Big J? Let's just be honest. Can I call you? Actually, I think I ought to call you Little J. I can't say there's anything big about you, all right? You really think the border is an issue? Well, then you need to come in the box, all right, when I open it and explain to Zeus why Donald Trump didn't pass that immigration bill. That was bipartisan. Little J, if the border was really an issue, why didn't he get it passed? See, this is what I mean, and you'll never come in my box and explain because, like all the others who came before you, you're just comfortable sitting out there. People are hurting and can't afford food and want to eat. Oh, Big J, come on up here and talk to Zeus real quick. See, you're doubling down on the lie. Big J, I just sent you a guest request. Come on up here and explain to me what you mean when you say people are hurting. I would love for you to actually, put some meat on that bone and explain it. Ladies and gentlemen, Big J doesn't want to come up and explain himself, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to assume he's lying and promoting and spreading misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. Let's give him what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. Get out of here, Big J. Good morning, Big J, did you hear me at the top of the show when I said there were people out in Mar-a-Lago yesterday, and you know what they were doing? They were the ones that bought that, the piece of Donald Trump's suit, the one that he was selling with those NFTs. Yeah, so I don't believe you don't have any money, Big J. I'm so sorry. I just can't buy that, bro. I really can't. All right, now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Lauren, my son is a criminal, Boebert, all right? And this is what's being brought to the forefront, all right? Despite the fact that pretty much everybody has already stopped listening to the absolute drivel spewing from Lauren Boebert's mouth, she continues to scream into the void, hoping against hope that the void will answer back. You would think that her energy would be better spent trying to save her son from a possible prison sentence. But old Boebert is still busy trying to convince the world and herself that she's a real politician. Of course, it's not really working out for her, as the approval rating for her Colorado districts are poor, to put it kindly. She's also running out of funds and just clearly isn't having a good time right now. You hear that? That's the sound of the world's smallest violin. Thank you, Pumpkin Pie. Anyways, she's pulling out all of the stops, trying to win back some support. And by pulling out all of the stops, I mean she is, running her mouth and going full-on racist over X, all right? In the post, she took aim at the Hope Has No Borders and Mile High United Way charities that encourage people to house migrants if they're able to. There's a hotline that volunteers can call to offer a place for migrants to stay. Let's see if we got her post up here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can see this racist post that Miss Boebert has decided to double down on. I mean, typical MAGA behavior. Honestly, it's difficult to see why someone, this is what she says, why someone would have an issue with people voluntarily offering up housing for migrants that are struggling. But then again, Boebert is a heartless swamp monster for all. She goes on to write, this is what she writes, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, we're just getting it queued up. She writes, Denver has now opened a hotline for residents to call and offer up their own home to illegals. Wrong choice of words, Miss Boebert. They're migrants. These are people. These are human beings. As a matter of fact, you should know that as a member of Congress. And if you have extra space, you're encouraged to host a migrant for some time. This is the most asinine and ridiculous thing I've heard. This is what she says. We need to close and she used an expletive, the D word, border, and have some semblance of a sovereign nation. The entire world sees this stuff and thinks we're a joke of a nation, and we're really beginning to look like one. Number one, Lauren, you're right. You're right. The world does see this, and it's like I've been saying. The rest of the world does think that the United States is a joke of a nation, but you must not have heard the part that I explained why. It's because of you and all of you Trump supporters, the ones that put the red hats, the ones that go to the Beetlejuice musical and turn around and desecrate the juice. All right, you know who you are. You are a laughing stock of this country. The ones that go out and buy the NFTs for $10,000. The ones that get out here and cry and complain about the border being an issue, while at the same time failing to point out the fact that your cult leader is the reason the border is still an issue. Yeah, the rest of the world is laughing at you. Lauren Boebert, you need to take your responsibilities as a parent a lot more serious, all right? Because you're failed in that department. And I'm one of these people. I'm not Albert Einstein or anything. But if you can't get your house in order, you won't be able to get the house in order, Miss Boebert. And you understand what I'm trying to say? You got a big old 2x4 in your eyes, and you out here trying to tell people how to get a splinter out of theirs. It don't make sense, Lauren Boebert. You're a hypocrite, and this is what's going to happen to you because you're a hypocrite. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Miss Boebert what she deserves because she's a terrible parent. I mean, seriously. All right? And racist. Is that the little thing MAGA does? Is that like what y'all do when all else fails? Just double down on being a racist? Is that how y'all get more votes, MAGA? Is that the thing in the MAGA cult? Because it's played out. It really is. Join me in giving her what she deserves. A round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Silence you, MAGA demons. All right? All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen, because I got to open up those boxes and then get up out of here. Our last and final topic is obviously, you guessed it, January 6th. Another example of Donald Trump committing election interference. A lot of you are asking me, well, Zeus, what do you mean Donald Trump committed election interference? I say, well, it depends on what you understand happened on January 6th. Well, Zeus, it was a peaceful protest. It was a tourist visit gone awry. It was BLM Antifa. Don't you understand the ghost buses, Zeus? It wasn't what you saw. It was what Donald Trump told us it was, right? This is the election interference, and I'm going to explain to you how it was election interference. Well, first of all, you Trump supporters, you seditionists, treasonous traitors, you got to understand Donald Trump played you like a fiddle. How did he play you? Well, during the time we were in the cycle of the election in 2020, the country was on its knees. You remember, there was a pandemic raging through this nation. Millions of Americans' lives were at risk, some lost. And Donald Trump knew he wasn't going to get reelected, especially because the stock market had tanked. It tanked real bad. All right? And so Donald Trump decided to put a little plan in motion to try to keep his power, right? To try to keep the power. And what did that plan involve?
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
It's a rigged election. That's the only way we're going to lose, is what he told his supporters. And so the election happened. We all saw it. The results came in, and there was no red wave. We all saw it. It was a big blue wall. Boom, right there. MAGA, it's over. And in an act of betrayal and an act of treason to this nation, instead of conceding to Joe Biden, what did Donald Trump decide to do? Well, you guessed it. Election night, he went out and gave this speech to his supporters.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win, so they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Right? Did he concede right there? No. That little seed of doubt that he had planted, he had just put some water on it. And then he went further and he put some fertilizer on it with this statement.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
You can hear him sniffing. When he sniffs like that, that means he's lying, right? Or, the accordion hands, right? So he was doing a lot of accordion hands and sniffing. We all knew he was lying. But his supporters, they believed him. And at that point, they went from being regular supporters to being radicalized soldiers for Donald J. Trump. So now that he has his supporters radicalized as the modern day Confederate soldier, and he's the modern day Jefferson Davis, Donald Trump proceeds to move on with the next phase of his plan. And you all remember this perfect phone call, right? You remember it?
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Right. That's the little fake elector scheme, ladies and gentlemen. You all remember the fake elector scheme, right? The fake elector scheme is he's going to replace the real electors with, you guessed it, fake fraudulent electors. All right? And that was the second part of the attack, all right? So moving on, what did Donald Trump decide to do next? Now that he has the fake elector scheme in motion and he has his soldiers ready for him, he decides to, get things started in Washington, D.C. Attention, East Texas! Ray! All of you Trump supporters, listen, Daddy lost to Joe Biden, and I'm very, very angry. So what I need for you all to do is to sell everything that you have and send the proceeds to me, all right? And then I want you to meet me in Washington, D.C. at an event that I am hosting called Stop the Steal. Be there, will be wild. Wow, what an offer I can't refuse, is what his supporters said. This is our country. And so, you know what they began to do after that? You know those U-Hauls, ladies and gentlemen? You know these U-Hauls, right? Remember these U-Hauls? Yeah. They all began to pack in the back of these U-Hauls like a can of sardines. I mean, these are grown men, ladies and gentlemen, getting in the back of a hot, sweaty U-Haul, heading to Washington, D.C. And you know what's so interesting about these knuckleheads, these knuckle draggers? When they got, who was in the U-Haul? Remember these people? The Patriot Front? The Boogaloo Boys, the Oath Keepers, the Proud Boys. These are the people that converged on the United States Capitol. But you know what I look at? I see that mask. You remember that mask during the pandemic? East Texas, all you traitors out there, you remember? No, this isn't a joke. During the pandemic, you were supposed to wear that mask when you go into the grocery store, when you go into the convenience store. But you know what these nasty folks did? They walk in there with the mask like this. Remember that? And then you see the snot coming out of their mouth and out of their nose. Hey, excuse me, sir. Put the mask over your nose. That's how you're supposed to wear it. Oh, there you go, interfering, getting on my rights. I can't breathe with that mask on. This is what they would say. They would literally crash out in these stores about putting that mask on. Sir, we just don't want your germs. You're over here at the produce section, coughing and stuff. We don't know where your hands have been. This is nasty. I can't breathe. This is what they used to say to me, right? Okay, fine. I'm not getting any of that produce. But then I go and look at the TV, right? And then we find out what happened on January 6th. And I go, look at these folks. They had no problem putting a mask on and getting in the back of the U-Haul when it came time to become domestic terrorists and place a dagger at the throat of our democracy. See, MAGA, once again, I've caught you in another lie. Caught you in another lie, you traitors, all right? But then it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. It gets worse. They get to Washington, D.C., and they get some orders from, Lieutenant Marjorie Trader Green. You know Marjorie Trader Green, right? You know who we all suspect planted those pipe bombs, right? She gave them their next orders. And in case you don't remember, let me remind you what Marjorie said to these traitors.
If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building. Finished with our meetings here at the White House this afternoon. We had a great planning session for our January 6th objection. We aren't going to let this election be stolen by Joe Biden and the Democrats. President Trump won by a landslide. Call your House reps, call your senators from your states. We've got to make sure they're on board. We already have a lot of people engaged. Okay, stay tuned.
Giving the soldiers orders and directives on behalf of Donald J. Trump to invade the United States Capitol. They were just on standby, waiting for their leader to give them the marching orders. So let's go to the White House. What was going on in the White House? Well, that's a great question. There was an exchange that took place in the White House, ladies and gentlemen, between Donald J. Trump and his Vice President, Mike Pence. Go read the indictment that Jack Smith wrote, and you'll find those words that happened. Donald Trump marches into the office where Mike Pence is. Hey, Pence, I got everything in motion. I got my fake elector scheme. Can you all say scheme with me? Scheme in place. And I also got my soldiers waiting for us at the ellipse, Pence. All we need you to do is not certify those votes for Joe Biden, and I'll take care of the rest. That's what he said to his vice president. And out of nowhere, Pence grew a little spine that day. Yeah, say scheme. Yeah, I like it when you put scheme in the chat because that's why Donald Trump's in court. No matter which jurisdiction, it's because of his little schemes. And Pence picked up on those schemes. And Pence grew a little spine. He said, Mr. President, unfortunately, I can't do that for you because that would require me to place you above the United States Constitution, sir. A document that our founding fathers fought and bled for. A document that millions of Americans to this day continue to fight and lose their life for. I can't put you above the Constitution. And you know what Donald Trump said to his vice president in that moment? He leaned in, his breath smelling like cheeseburgers and Coke. You know what your problem is, Pence? You're a little too honest. And he called him the P word, the same P word you heard in the Access Hollywood tape. Security! Take me to the ellipse to meet with my soldiers. Sir, those people are armed. They have demon spray. They have tactical gear, handcuffs. I don't care. They're not bringing that there to harm me. Take me to be with my soldiers. You're the president, all right, sir. We'll take you to be with your soldiers. So what happens next? Well, we all remember it. He gets to the Capitol, and he gets to the ellipse, right? And he gets to the stage, and I remember this very vividly. He sees this sea of red, white, and blue patriots for Donald Trump. And you know what he did when he saw these patriots for Donald Trump? He couldn't help himself, but decided to encourage them to engage in heinous acts of violence.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Right. You have to show strength. You have to be strong. Remember this?
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Wow.
So, let's have trial by combat.
Let's have trial by combat. Fight like hell. Let's go to the Capitol. These people, ladies and gentlemen, they were energized to go and place a dagger at the throat of our democracy, weren't they? And so they began to march towards the United States Capitol, and there was a situation that happened. We all saw it. You remember this? This was when they wanted to unalive the Vice President of the United States of America. They wanted to unalive Pence. Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what we asked him to do. That's what Donald Trump posted on his Twitter account at the time. A signal to the mob of rioters, the mob of insurrectionists, that it was a green light on Mike Pence. These are some of the sickest and most nastiest people. All right? And so there was another situation that took place. Do you all remember her? Ashley Babbitt. You all remember Ashley Babbitt? Remember Ashley? Remember Ashley? Well, we have some audio of Ashley that day, ladies and gentlemen. Fully possessed, fully radicalized with the MAGA demon. Listen to what Ashley Babbitt was saying.
District. Why don't you worry about your own goddamn district and the shit that's going on there? You are a complete, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting all you on notice. Every single one of you politicians in California, Gavin Newsom, Jerry Brown, Maxine Waters, Duncan Hunter, what the hell is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this migrant caravan. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the border. If people can't get to work, our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party.
Capital and a mob, there's an estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on the ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue, patriots and Trump.
A sea of nothing but red, white, and blue. Patriots for Donald Trump. Notice she didn't say this was BLM, this was Antifa. This was the FBI with the ghost buses. This is Ashley Babbitt herself, boots on the ground for Donald Trump. And then we all remember what happened to Ashley, right, ladies and gentlemen? You all remember what happened to Ashley next. That was Ashley Babbitt right before she lost her life in the battlefield for Donald Trump. That was it. That was the moment she lost her life in the battlefield, ladies and gentlemen. And what did Donald Trump do after Ashley Babbitt, one of his foot soldiers, lost her life? What did Donald Trump do? I'll tell you what he did.
Some information that stands out to me is that Donald Trump was passed a note after one of the rioters was shot in the Capitol. And was made clear that this person had been shot, this woman had been shot in the chest. And the valet says that he offered no reaction upon learning that. He kept sitting in the chair watching the violence unfurl on TV.
A non-reaction at the death of Ashley Babbitt.
A non-reaction at Ashley Babbitt, one of his foot soldiers, losing their life in the battlefield because of him. This is your cult leader, MAGA. This is the one that led you to the United States Capitol on January 6th. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about you. All right? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we once again must dive into another update with another soldier of Donald Trump's, all right? If you can, please feast your eyes. We have another update about a MAGA demon who put it all out on the battlefield for Donald Trump on January 6th. We want them. A man who allegedly vowed to push through cops to get to lawmakers in the Capitol has been arrested. Clayton Clay Norris. No relation to Chuck Norris, at least I don't think so. But Clayton Norris. We're going to call him Clay. Treasonous Clay. I like that. Has been arrested and charged after police say he was seen in video footage of the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol using a megaphone to taunt police before he and other rioters muscled through metal fencing. Quote, "We don't want you guys. We want them." Norris is accused of screaming at police before pushing past barricades and joining the advancing mob. According to a statement of facts, Norris was arrested on May 3rd after an FBI agent interviewed him at his job. They got him at his job. Can you say job? Can you say job, East Texas? The FBI went and nabbed him at his place of employment. It is unclear if he has retained an attorney as of Monday. The Justice Department alleges that Norris arrived on the Capitol grounds at around 12:45 p.m. on January 6th, and from that point onward, he was seen in video footage pushing past metal bike rack barriers as he chanted and yelled at police lined up to defend the Capitol building. Quote, "We got bad news. Let us drain the swamp. All we ask, if you walk away, let us bring it. Let us bring." He is accused of saying, quote, "I got bad news. We're pushing through. You better get down with us or back off because we're pushing through." Other footage allegedly shows Mr. Clay Norris telling people around him to exercise discretion as he urged, quote, "Get ready to storm the Capitol. Hey, discretion. Discretion is the word. Discretion. We're going to let it play out," he said. It was clear to prosecutors based on the remarks he made that he understood why Congress was meeting that day, and he could be heard making references to objections to the electoral certificates. Whatever discretion he hoped to apply, police and prosecutors said that went out the window as Norris continued to breach multiple barricades even after one line was briefly reestablished. Prosecutors say Norris managed to get himself back behind the barricade again, where he repeatedly yelled at police that, quote, "We don't want you guys." He also urged the crowd to make a stand while still time to make a stand. "How long are you going to be peaceful and selfish? Think about the kids and our future. Make a stand. Make a stand for your country," he allegedly yelled over his bullhorn. Another MAGA demon has been brought to justice, arrested. Thank God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do because Clay has been arrested. First, we're going to give him what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. Let's go ahead. Give him his boos and shame. The streets are a lot safer with one less MAGA out there, right? All right? And then let's give him what he deserves. Let's send him off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
Wow, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear what he just said? You will pay. You do not represent our country. And that's the most interesting thing about this, right? This is why I do what I do in terms of helping these Trump supporters understand January 6th the way it really went down. The reason you all went to the Capitol is because of Donald Trump and his big lie. You still to this day believe the election was rigged and stolen, but you have zero evidence to prove that. Zero evidence. You want to sit out there and say it was the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, Nikki Haley. I mean, I've heard every excuse under the sun about who's responsible for January 6th. And none of them, and I've actually checked into it, none of them have actually came back to be accurate. The only thing that makes sense is that you Trump supporters, you went to the Capitol because Donald Trump summoned you to do it. Because in your minds, in your heart of hearts, you really did believe, you believed him, that it was rigged, it was stolen. And now look at you. He tells you you don't represent this country. You can't make this stuff up. You know what blows my mind, and I've been saying this for quite a while, is the Trump supporters out there, they don't understand that they're listening to a clown. And you go, well, why is he a clown? And I say, because he does exactly what a clown does, right? A clown paints themselves orange. Donald Trump paints himself orange, right? Clown puts on a wig. Donald Trump puts that nasty little bird's nest right on his head every day. A clown puts on that little jumpsuit with the thing on his waist. Donald Trump does the same thing, right? He puts that diaper on and that same crumpled blue suit with the red tie. Now he's switching it up. He got a little blue tie now and a little gold tie. He's trying to throw you off. It's still the same suit, champ. It's still the same suit, bro. And then he gets onto his social media platform, Truth Social. All right, we all call it Lie Central, right? And he gives you your daily orders in terms of what you should think, feel, and believe. And you all believe him. He tells you the economy is bad. The economy is terrible. But you go into your bank account. How'd the money get there if the economy is so bad? Oh, no, I don't know how this money got here. And you send it to him. He said he's a billionaire. Well, don't you understand? He has business. Yeah, I do. His business is you. When are you Trump supporters going to wake up and realize Donald Trump is running the biggest circus on the planet? And you're all the opening act. You're all the act, jumping through these hoops, walking that tightrope full of lies. I mean, this guy is the ringmaster of all ringmasters. And it is, if it wasn't so serious, to be honest with you, if our democracy wasn't on the line, I would just sit back and laugh. I would, because it's hilarious. You don't got any money? Why? Oh, I sent it to Donald Trump. You can't buy any eggs? Why? Oh, because I sent it to Donald Trump. You can't put gas in your car? No, because I sent the money to... See, it's funny. But unfortunately, the fact that this also is tied to the election makes it a very serious thing as well. All right? So congratulations, MAGA. Once again, you've played yourself. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and to tell the truth and shame the devil. Thank you, Rick. All right. Thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. All right. Let's open up these boxes. And, I saw someone out there say, Zeus won't let me in the box. That's not true. No, I'm one of the most fairest hosts out here. I'll let you in the box. But I'm asking, especially if you are someone that disagrees with me, just bring whatever information you can to support your position on whatever it is that you're trying to, get me to buy into, okay? One of the biggest things that I'm a bit of a stickler about, all right, as of late, is if you got dirt on President Joe Biden, by all means, please, and I do mean this, please bring evidence of such dirt. I don't want to hear any more of this, well, Zeus, think about it. That's not evidence. Concrete, tangible evidence, stuff that I can go look up and verify on my own. All right. Now let's open up these boxes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We got. Good morning, Texas. What is it? You decided to come back and get more of the truth, right?
You bet, Zeus. How you doing today, man?
Let's just get straight to it. You don't need to worry about Zeus.
All right. Hey, man, I got a question for you. Was Ashley Babbitt armed?
Was Ashley Babbitt armed? Yeah. She has hands. She has hands, right?
No, I mean...
No. You asked me a question. She has hands. She has feet. Those are weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
because remember,
listen,
let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
You see all these cops out here unaliving, people of color that aren't armed, right? Why do they do that? Why do they do that?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you is why we're allowing Capitol Police to unalive unarmed folks, man.
Okay. No, that's not the right question to be asking. You should be asking
that's the question I'm asking.
No. You should be asking this question. Was Ashley Babbitt breaking the law?
Hey, man, was George Floyd breaking the law?
No. See, I didn't even go into the George Floyd thing.
I know, man.
Can you be honest for once in your life?
Dude, go ahead.
Was Ashley Babbitt breaking the law?
Yep.
Okay. So what happens in this country when you break the law and cops get involved? What generally happens?
Cops unalive you.
Okay, so what's the issue here?
Ashley Babbitt was treated just like George Floyd in the fact that they were unarmed folks and they got unalived by police using too much force.
No.
Yes.
I asked you a very pointed question. Was Ashley Babbitt breaking the law? You
Yes.
said yes. Was she trespassing?
Yep.
Yes. She shouldn't have been there. She was with a mob of people. George Floyd was not doing that. So you can't keep making these comparisons. This is what I'm asking you. Where do you get these comparisons from? They're completely different.
Where does trespassing? Where does unaliving? Where does that justify that? I thought trespassing was an arrestable offense, not an offense that used deadly force.
Oh, okay. So no. You asked me a question, right?
Dude.
Imagine a mob of people coming to your property, right, and pushing down doors, breaking glass windows. Are you going to just, sit in the house and say, come on in here and let's just talk about this. Everyone calm down. Is that how you would handle that kind of a situation? Or could you imagine that that's a scary situation to be in? I mean, and you got proof it was a scary situation because there's footage of senators, members of Congress running all through the Capitol, scared to death. This was a scary situation. Did you hear what I played with Ashley Babbitt, the way that she was talking?
I bet they were glad to be armed.
You bet who was glad to be armed?
The Washington police.
The supporters were armed too.
Where?
Oh, you didn't know that they were bringing weapons and tactical gear? You didn't hear that part when I said that? These people that were with Ashley, those people that were with Ashley Babbitt, they were armed. Crowbars, tire irons, tasers, handcuffs. These people came ready to fight, bro.
But where was all those scary ARs, man? That we're trying to get rid of.
No. See, this is what you just did. You don't want to actually just come to that conclusion and say, you know what, Zeus, I understand why Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the battlefield that day. And let's be honest, Texas, would she have been there if Donald Trump would have told the truth?
Donald Trump said to go there peacefully.
No. The big lie is the election was rigged. The invitation was stop the steal.
The big lie. I like that phrase. That comes from Joseph Goebbels, doesn't it?
No. So don't try to bring that into this. I'm asking you a serious question. Would she have been there? Would she have been there if Donald Trump would have been honest with folks like you and said, "Hey, I lost to Joe Biden because Biden ran a better campaign and I did a terrible job as a president, and let's move on as a country"? She wouldn't have been there.
Don't know.
No. We do know.
No, we can't presume that, Zeus. That's all that is an assumption.
Okay, give me your reality. Give me your perspective of why she, along with the sea of red, white, and blue patriots for Trump, were at the United States Capitol. Why were they there that day?
Because months before the election, we were talking about ballot stuffing.
But that was a lie.
Yeah, it was a lie.
Yeah. So
what kind of court cases is going on in Georgia this week?
Listen.
Didn't they just say that they're going to have to swap 17,000 votes in Georgia?
No, I don't know anything about that.
I know you don't.
So if you got the proof of that, let's go ahead and talk about it real quick.
It's in court cases.
Okay. So more lies and misinformation. Well, listen, my bell isn't quite working that well, but we've done our 3 minutes, all right? And I can tell right now that this has been a heavy conversation for you, right? Because
I'm just glad to see that you support unalivings by unarmed folks whenever it's your side, but not the other.
I don't think there's anyone in here that agrees with that narrative. I'm sorry. I don't believe in that. But I do understand what happens if you run into the United States Capitol with a mob of people that are armed. I do understand that. And you agree that those folks were armed. And you agreed that Ashley Babbitt, she was breaking the law.
Those folks, they weren't armed.
Now, Texas, that's a lie right there straight from the pits of hell. They weren't armed. They weren't armed.
Scary ARs. Where was their big scary?
No. Okay, listen.
That's right.
Texas, they were armed, and if you don't want to tell the truth any longer, then we can't have this conversation. This is serious stuff. Wouldn't you imagine? There's people really going to prison behind this.
Yep, I know.
And the fact that you get up here, and these are your friends, you get up here and you try to minimize what happened, that's kind of mean, isn't it? You're doing exactly what Donald Trump is doing, setting these people up to go to prison again. When are you going to tell them the truth?
Whenever it comes necessary, man.
It's necessary. All right, Texas, and I got to move it on. What the heck is this?
I'll holler at you.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, you know what Texas deserves. Join me in giving him what he deserves, a round of booze and shame. Unbelievable.
Silence! You never demon!
Texas, you got in my box and you begged me to let you up, only to basically end up agreeing with me, bro. You might want to do me a favor and just sit your special behind down and continue to listen to this special broadcast. You just might learn something. You know what? You're the second one, because yesterday your friend Bad Views, he came in here and he had to agree too. See, when we start drilling down with the conversation with these Trump supporters and we start asking them real serious questions, hey, Bad Views, is it acceptable for a grown man before he has intercourse with a woman to say, hey, you remind me of of my daughter. Let's get it on. Is that acceptable? You know what they go? No, Zeus, it's not acceptable. Exactly. So why are you voting for him? Now you want to try to bring up, thank you, Yvette, for the subscription. Now you want to try to say Ashley Babbitt was innocent bystander. After I've played the audio clip of her basically antagonizing and threatening government officials, then we see her actually acting out everything she was saying she was going to do with a group of armed individuals. And then you're going to get in the box and tell me she was unarmed and she was Cinderella in the White House that day, and somehow along the way she became an innocent victim. You take that stuff to Snuggles Live, all right? Seriously, let's move on. Let's bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, my goodness, my good friend Takesha. How are you doing, Takesha? These folks, I tell you, they got something in them today.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How about you? They say I'm heartless, Takesha. Am I heartless about this?
Absolutely not. I just got off my granddaughter's virtual award ceremony.
Oh, okay.
And,
congratulations.
Thank you. I got a new product.
And okay, you got a new product for us?
It's a 2-in-1, Zeus.
Talk to him.
Let me get the camera together, Zeus.
All righty then. Oh, hey, looking good. Now that's how you do it.
Listen, you know how they have these shirts now that say real men wear diapers?
Uh-huh.
And you know they're out there with those plain white Depends on.
Yeah.
I've got something better for them to wear with their shirts.
Oh, let's do it.
And I want you to know this product. This is called the Platinum Pamper. And what's so unique about it? It's platinum, but the color of the man that wears them, that they're representing.
Yeah.
Is in the initials on the pants.
Oh, that's saucy.
I have the real men wear diapers.
What does that say? What does that say? Rewold? What does that say? Wait a second. Did it go away? Wait a second, Takesha. Something happened to you. Wait a second. Where'd you go? Okay, you're back. Come on. What does that say?
Real men wear diapers.
Oh my God, Texas, we got you a pair, bro. This is
got you. And look, dude, and it comes with the pooper scooper carrying case.
Oh, what you go? Oh my God, that's actually
a 2-in-1, Zeus.
Wow. Do you got that in Louis Vuitton edition? Because some of us would definitely like that. Okay.
Well, Zeus, listen, you cannot put it in Louis Vuitton. You have to put it where the people can afford it. So that's why I have it in this aluminum platinum, and then I took the construction paper to make the initials. So this, you can get this platinum pamper for the low price of $19.99.
And you know, when you do that 99 thing, that makes it seem very affordable. That's a little trick from the sales industry that I like that you're actually implementing. Let's do it. East, are you ready, Texas?
If you cannot afford the $19.99 at one time, you can make 10 easy payments of $10.99, which is gonna equal to $19.99.
That's a deal. That's an offer. You can. Do you have like a layaway plan, perhaps, that we can get some of these people started on?
If you need to lay it away,
you
can put down 50%, which will be $110.
Okay.
And then you pay the rest once you get it out. I'm using MAGA math.
Okay. Hey, you said $110? That's chump change. All right, these folks are balling.
You get the diaper and the pooper scooper carrying case.
You want yours, East? I'm asking East Texas because the gentleman that came up here, he seems like he wants to get those, and he said he's willing to model them for you if you would need.
Thank you. Now listen, my Cash App's in the bio.
Okay.
I have some that have a stain from Trump. Those are extra.
Okay. They're dirty. Are they a little dirty or
they're a little dirty? They came from the court. Yeah, I went and got him out the trash can, and they changed him at halftime in court. So you can get a diaper with some of Trump in it, and those are gonna go for $29.99. Yeah,
that's an extra $10. That's a serious markup right there.
It leaves a stain on you, Zeus.
Okay. And what type of payment do you accept? Apple Pay? What type of payments are you using? You accept crypto? You take Trump bucks and stuff like that?
I take Trump chumps chain, and I take the dummy dime.
Okay.
And I take the minion money. So Apple Pay is a little too, it's a little too.
Come with a little bit of a service charge.
For Dish.
Okay. Yeah, they don't.
They can't do Cash App.
Okay.
So I just take the dumb down.
Nutty is asking, do you accept food stamps?
I'm on welfare.
Okay.
So yes, I'll take. This week.
Yeah. So you all in. You ready to do business.
Because my rent is $5.
Okay.
My rent is $5 and I haven't been able to pay it. Okay. So I'm doing this. This is a rent sale. Okay. So I'm going to need $5 because I'm on welfare.
Yeah.
So I got to sell products to pay my rent.
All right. Look at I would, if I were a Trump fan, Takesha, honestly, I'd buy as many of those as
I think you should get them before the next rally.
My check.
Wear them with your shirt.
Who, me? Oh,
no, the Trump supporters.
Okay, yeah.
They can wear them with their shirt, and they can be real fashionable.
Yeah, and I would allow, honestly, for you, Takesha, I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm willing to allow a Trump supporter to model them after they purchase them from you, if that's okay with you. Right?
If they come over, they're going to have to bathe before they come. And I will let you try on, because you need to know what size you wear. Okay. And you can model the real men wear diaper, platinum pamper. Yeah.
Well, is there a max that they can order, by the way, before we get out of here? Is there a max?
Unlimited. They're unlimited, Zeus. But now listen, my house is not that big, but when you come over, don't think it's a mansion just because it has 4 bedrooms.
Okay.
That's a mansion.
That's not a mansion over there.
I know you're going to be coming from your trailer.
Oh.
But don't be intimidated by the bricks on the front of the house.
Amen. Well, listen, Takesha, I'm going to do everything that I can. Wait, one more question. Is it one size fits all?
No, they come in extra small, medium large, extra large, and Trump large.
Oh, okay. And so when you get the increase in the size, is that because the package is increasing, or is that because of the contents in the diaper?
That's because the contents in the diaper are spilling over.
Okay, so the package size part stays the same. So sorry, Texas. You're not going to be able to lie to people with that, all right? Well, listen.
Texas, No, Texas. No.
Yeah. You know, they say everything is bigger in Texas, but with him, I don't think
not.
that it's not. It's not. Sorry, Texas.
Well, let me say that the lie is bigger in Texas.
Oh, that part. Got it. All right. Well, listen. All right. Well, someone asked one more question. Is there a mushroom pouch area for?
You know, I was thinking about
I'm done.
Putting a little slit in the front, you know, but I mean, how small can you make a
Hey.
How small
Wow.
can you make a slit? Because they don't need that much room.
Yeah.
So I'm getting in a lab and I'm working on that part.
Okay.
Because, you know, you may just need a little snippet.
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah.
You don't want it just falling out.
No.
Because, you're already wearing the pinky of a latex glove for a condom.
Oh.
You don't want to be embarrassed because you keep flipping out.
Oh, get him, Takesha. Well, listen, I appreciate that, and I'm going to continue to plug those platinum diapers that you're pushing.
Thank you so much, Zeus, for always pushing my products.
Yes, anytime, and you still got the shoes, right?
I still have the platinum. I still have the Leaky Cheeks 2024.
Okay.
And the Miracle Spring Water.
Wow.
I wanted to tell them that I told them on Ange's Live, just because you're not a lawyer because you walk past a bar and get a beer. That's not passing the bar.
Oh.
You actually have to take a test.
Oh. Wow. I mean, that's amazing and outstanding. And thank you once again, Takesha. I really do appreciate it.
You're so very welcome, Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful Takesha a round of applause. All right, you too. You know, I mean, this is why we do these lives and we have these conversations out here, ladies and gentlemen, because somebody actually has to do the hard work of holding a mirror up to these Trump supporters to help them understand why we're laughing at them. You know, imagine, they got the gold shoes, the platinum diaper, and the water bottle. I mean, where do you look like you're going? No one can take you folks serious dressed like that. And you got the Trump bucks and the NFTs. No, I mean, it's really hard to take you guys serious. The only thing I take serious about you is that you're a bunch of knuckleheads, all right? Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, who do we got? All right, good morning, DJ. How are you doing? DJ AABZ. DJ K, I don't know.
DJ Cobbs, DJ KAABZ.
Okay, good morning, DJ Cobbs. How are you doing?
Good morning.
All right, this is our
Good.
first time
How are
doing
you?
business, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I got some questions
got
to ask you. All right, and then we'll go on.
Sure.
All right, first question. In your opinion, was the 2020 election rigged?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. You got that right, but I didn't want to. I don't want to give you the full applause because it took a little bit of some time for you to answer. Next question: who would you say is responsible for the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6th?
I would say Donald Trump and his criminal co-conspirators.
Okay. All right. You're digging yourself out the ditch, kind of. All right. Last and final question. Do you think President Joe Biden is guilty of any crimes?
No.
All right. Well, listen. You passed. All right. Well, what brings you to the show this morning, if you don't mind?
Yeah. I had a little story to tell.
Okay. Let's get it out there.
So, I like to go into these MAGA lives, silencing these MAGA demons, you know. And I went in there and I recognized one of their profile pictures. One of the individuals on the panel. It's a picture I've seen before. It was a picture that a Republican group in Alabama had to apologize for posting online. Because if you look at this, it's like the Republican Party elephant.
Yeah.
And if you look at the negative space between the legs of the elephant, it looks like white hoods. And there's a dotted line that makes the eyes in these hoods. And
do you have the photo?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact,
let's get this photo out there and get it some air time. Because I'm a visual type of learner, if you don't mind. Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, and the white. Oh, I see that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah. Wow, that's quite the elephant, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen?
Right? So, anyway, I Should I leave it up?
I mean, I don't know if you're gonna get flagged or not. I don't know, but you don't have to. I get it.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, I go in there and I say, hey, do you guys notice anything about that profile picture? Blah blah blah. I
Right.
point out the fact that it has those hoods,
Yeah. Right.
and their response was, "Oh, get out of here with that. We've got more important things to worry about in this country."
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And
That's
so
what
I'm
I said.
assuming
That's
they
what
did
I
the
said.
whole denial, deflect routine, right? Deny, deflect, all the way until they disappeared with it, right?
Yes, sir.
They
Yeah.
proudly
So,
and they proudly do
anyways,
this on TikTok. That's bizarre. I'm not shocked though.
yeah. No, me neither. But that's one of my favorite pieces of disinformation is that Joe Biden's the real racist.
Yeah, they continue
You
to try to
know?
spread that around and ignore the fact that they're the ones providing a safe haven for them.
Right, right. I like to tell them, you show me a Confederate flag flying, gun toting, truck driving white supremacist who's voting for Joe Biden. You know, I kid. That don't even
I would love to see it too.
make sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Any Trump
Well,
supporters
don't
voting for
hold your
Joe
breath.
Biden? All right. Well,
Crickets.
yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Any Trump supporters openly voting for Joe Biden? Please raise your hand.
Mm.
None. You see that? Someone said, please put the picture up again. They would like a screenshot if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. I'm
Let's
happy
do it
to
before.
oblige.
Yeah. Before we get up out of here and wrap it up. Yeah. This. Okay, look at that. Look at
Yeah.
those right near the nasty part of the elephant, too. These are some sick and twisted
Mm-mm-mm.
people. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these nasty MAGA demons one last round of booze and shame for them. You're nasty. Butterbean. Texas. Yes. Educational purposes only. You guys are some sick folks.
Shame on them.
Shame. All right. Well, listen, DJ Cobbs, I appreciate you, champ. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a follow back. All right.
All right. Keep up the good work, man.
All right, you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give DJ Cobbs a round of applause. You're welcome, Kenny. No lies detected. All right, let's move it along. Oh my goodness, who do we got next? Oh wow, Brother Swerve, how are you doing?
Oh,
morning, Swerve.
ask me again sometime when we not in your live.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, it's a pleasure to have you in here. All right, because
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be back.
I'm always worried about you, but I know you're here, so
I appreciate that.
It's good you came on up here and checked in with the fam.
It's a pleasure to always be back in the kingdom. It really
Amen. Amen.
So I wanted to ask Keisha real quick if she's still in the chat. Whoever the caregiver is of the person wearing the real men wear diapers diaper, like, will it turn orange to let the caregiver as an indicator, let them know that person soiled themselves? If she could get in the lab and work on that, I think she's got a damn good winning product.
Make them turn orange when they've been soiled beyond.
Exactly. The other thing is I wanted to address East Texas.
Oh.
With the whole Ashley Babbitt thing. Okay. When you're facing a mob like that, that guy on the other side of the door, that officer who took her life. Okay, he's telling them to get down. Her friends helped get her up into that window, and she's wearing a backpack. Now, from a tactical standpoint, I see a backpack, I'm putting you on the ground one way or the other.
Right.
But I also have to turn around and go to the basis of the thesis and say, why was she even there in the first place? Because Donald Trump lied to them. Pure and simple. Okay? So you can't sit here and say that we support the unaliving of Ashley Babbitt, but she should never have been there in the first place. And if a police officer is telling me to get down out of a window, and I decide I'm gonna jump up in that window anyway, and her friends helped her up in that window if you watch that video.
Yep.
Okay? After one of them is yelling, he's got a pew-pew, right? Somebody's actually yelling at. They did it anyway. And she's got on that backpack. No, I'm putting you on the ground one way or the other. and God gonna have to sort you out. I'll send you to whatever God you believe in.
Do you think there's any comparison to what happened to her to George Floyd? That was one of
No, none whatsoever. They don't even know George Floyd got a case called on him because he may have passed a counterfeit 20.
Yeah.
He might have done something wrong. Does that warrant a knee to the back of the neck for 9 minutes and 35 seconds? No. No, that ain't no comparison.
Texas, are you here? Are you listening?
That ain't no kind of comparison. And I am so sick of these people trying to equate what happened on January 6th to BLM protests.
Talk to him, sir.
BLM sparked an international movement. They had protests in the UK. They had protests in Australia. They had protests in New Zealand. They had protests all over the freaking world for social justice. January 6th was to put a whiny, cheating, orange, losing, pathetic piece of human being back in the White House. That's all January 6th was about. You bunch of selfish fools. That's all y'all are, a bunch of selfish domestic terrorists.
You hear that,
and
Butterbean?
That's all you'll ever be.
You hear that, Butterbean?
Oh, don't even get me started on Butterbean. This fool was in Angie's live earlier today, and all he did was just come up and insult. And Ange was just incredibly nice, as she always is.
Thank you.
And he just kept insulting her.
Unbelievable.
And I'm like, why y'all even have him up here? You knew this is what would happen. But Butterbean's a fool. He's sitting there with the same radical right talking points. Then tell Angie, well, happy 91st birthday. Happy 91st. That's what you liberals do, ain't it? You liberals do. I'm like, man, what a piece of garbage he is.
Exactly.
He right up there with conservative Democrat and trick bait and all the rest of these fools. You can't have no decent conversation with them. They just insult, and it was a mess. But anywho,
these are some of the sickest individuals, or as Donald Trump likes to say, these are the best and brightest, right?
No, they believe me. When MAGA gets on these lives, they definitely not sending their best and brightest. They definitely ain't sending their best.
You're telling me Butterbean isn't the best and brightest of MAGA?
No.
Oh,
Butterbean is about as sharp as a bag of wet hair.
Oh. Sorry, Butterbean. Sorry, I tried to help you out, champ, but it seems like you're just not that guy.
And that's just me keeping it real. Like them kids say, keeping it real, that's real.
Yeah. And so this is why we do these kind of shows, Brother Swerve. And I appreciate you, calling it out, how these Trump supporters continue to go around and just embarrass themselves. There's a violation for hate speech. I don't know what it is, but
for me?
It looks like it was for me. I don't know. But
I didn't see it on this end. Well, listen, Zeus, let me say this real quick. I'm gonna say two things real quick, and then I'm out.
All right.
One, these are the weakest, most fragile, most snowflakiest men I've ever seen, and I've given them a name. I call it SIM, CIMS.
Oh,
conservative, incel, male sycophants.
Wow.
And I also want to wish my dear friend Ange a happy birthday.
Hey, you got it. All right. And we're going to sing happy birthday to Ange, too.
Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. And doggone it, please have fun while you do it.
All righty,
Take care, my brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the Brother Swerve a round of applause. No lies detected.
It is so hard to drop yourself down now.
Oh, don't worry. I got you, brother. I got you. All right.
Get me out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring up our next panelist. Oh, my goodness. Nutty Professor. Ange, I hope you're going to be here. All right. We're going to have to sing happy birthday. And happy birthday, by the way. You know how we get down. Good morning, Nutty.
Yes, good morning. And yes, Ange, happy birthday.
Hey.
Ange is one of the real ones. We love her so much. Happy birthday. But hey, Zeus, guess what?
What's that?
I got some breaking news.
Let's do that.
On Ashley Babbitt.
Oh, what's that? Send a request, Butterbean. Send a request. Yes.
She should have complied.
You said Ashley Babbitt should have complied?
She should have complied.
Oh.
Because I want to walk with me. Walk with me in this picture. Visualize this picture. that treasonous, traitorous mob
Yeah.
that was in the Capitol that unfaithful January 6th day.
Yeah.
That window being broken where our legislators were and where the Capitol police officer was telling them to stand down. That window broken. He's trying to protect the legislators, trying to get them to safety. And then you have this person, after the window was broken, coming through. He puts his hands up, telling her to stop. To stop. This woman was a veteran. She knows the chain of command. She knows right from wrong.
Right.
He's telling her to stop, stand down. She's no. You know that little screechy voice she had.
Yep.
He had no choice. He did his job. He protected the legislators and he put her down like a rabid dog. Now, I don't like any life being lost.
Right.
But she should have complied. She would be here today if she would have complied. She would be here today if Donald Trump hadn't summoned them to the Capitol on January 6th because of a lie. She would be here today if she would have upheld the oath that she took when she joined our military. She would be here today. She is where she is, if not for her own doing. Just like Donald Trump is sitting in a courtroom today because of his own doings.
Do you think that do you think Ashley Babbitt is a victim of Donald Trump's lies?
She is absolutely a victim of Donald Trump's lies. Absolutely she is. But I cannot put 100% onus on Donald Trump. Because she was a grown, you-know-what woman. She was a grown woman with a mind of her own. We have 330 million people in this country. 330 million people in this country didn't show up at the Capitol because of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because some of us have common freaking sense. Even if you thought the election was stolen, you still had common sense not to show up and desecrate our Capitol. You still had common sense.
Yep. What do you think about Donald Trump not even saying anything after he was passed a note saying that she had lost her life in the battlefield?
It shows you, listen, the late Maya Angelou says, if they show you who they are, believe them. We already saw who Donald Trump was. Why aren't we believing him? He does not care about you, MAGA. He absolutely does not care about you. Because even if you're not my supporter, the fact that a human life was lost would give me pause.
Especially at the Capitol.
Yes, will give me pause and concern. And for East Texas, you are despicable. To equate Ashley Babbitt with George Floyd, you are sick.
Yep.
You are sick. The difference is this. Ashley Babbitt was not only breaking the law, she was in the process of breaking more laws when she got unalived. George Floyd was accused of breaking the law. Do you see the difference? One was actually breaking the law, and the other was only accused, had not even been charged. He was only accused.
Exactly.
There is a difference, folks. And it shows us how racist you are whenever you bring George Floyd's name up. Because you don't ever bring his name up in remembrance. You bring his name up to say, well, what about? Well, what about? If you have to say what about, you're racist. Leave George alone. Let him rest in peace. and do better.
Amen.
Thank you for this time, Zeus.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Nutty Professor a round of applause. See, that's why I do this. You know, some days you don't want to get out here and go live, but you know, when you get these nuggets of truth like that, ladies and gentlemen, you got to want to come up here and hear the truth. All right, now let's take a bit of a pit stop and address a very serious issue. We're gonna have Bama in the box. Bama, you requested to come in the box. What would you like to do? What would you like to say?
I want to talk to Angie.
Oh, and you want to talk to Ange. Ange, are you willing to come in the box and talk to Bama Butterbean? All right. See, we gonna get to the bottom. We're gonna get to the bottom. Does Ange, if she wants to come up, yes, we can. But if not, then it'll just be you and I. Where's Ange? Anyone? Where's Ange at? Let's see. I don't see you in the guest request, Ange. All right. Well, she's not up here yet. She hasn't sent me a guest request. Oh, wait a second. Maybe we do have. Oh, there she is. There's the birthday girl. Hello, Ange. How are you? Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Bama, what do you want to say to me?
My temper got to me this morning, and I'm sorry what I said.
Oh, what did you say?
I said you was a lot. I ain't gonna say what I said. I said you was too overs.
Oh, so can I just ask a question? Why I was very kind to you. Why would you come up and insult me? I'm just curious.
Cause I got mad at your other people in the live.
Oh, well, maybe sometimes you should calm down.
I got a bad temper. I'm sorry about that.
Well, well, maybe that's something to work on. I mean, none of us are perfect. I think that is something that maybe you could work on.
I apologize, and a happy birthday to you and everything, and I didn't mean what I said.
Well, I appreciate your apology, and I accept it. Thank you very much.
That's why I was looking for your live where I can come back, but I don't know if somebody blocked me or not, but I couldn't find you.
Oh, okay. I'm on. I'll be on tomorrow about 8:30 or 8:15-ish. But I accept your apology here, so that's good. Thank you very much.
That's all I had to say.
Okay, but let's try to be kind to others too. Stop and think before you get all heated, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Well, listen. You too. All right, now, Ange, you're going to be here later, right? Because you know the kingdom has to celebrate you today.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I will be here. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, is there anything you want to say before I move it on, or you just want to, get back to doing what you're doing? It's your world, all right? I'm just a squirrel trying to get a you-know-what, but I'm not going to say it.
I just want to say, actually, real quick, a shout-out. It's my granddaughter's birthday today as well. Yep. I decided to let her steal my thunder. She turns 5, and that's more important than my birthday. So shout out to my baby girl that turned 5 today.
That is, you're doubling up on the love today, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all I got, but I'll see y'all later.
All right. Well, we'll be back. Come on back in like 15 minutes, all right? And then we'll be ready to sing happy birthday to you, all right?
I appreciate that, Zeus. Thank you.
All right. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Ange a warm round of applause, the beautiful Ange. And we'll be singing happy birthday, so you know what to do. Get ready to send her lots and lots of gifts. All right, but, I do want to take a minute and to actually acknowledge what I just witnessed happen in this live. For those of you out there in the United States watching this broadcast, I upload it to YouTube, right? What we just had is a come to Jesus moment to a certain degree with our friend on the right, Bama, all right, where he really decided to check himself and acknowledge that he was in the wrong and issue a public apology to Ange. I wasn't there when it happened, but I do recognize how important it is for people to have that skill set and to do it. So with that, Bam, I'm going to give you a round of applause. That was very impressive, but I'm with Ange. Now it is time for us to actually see the work being done, right? All right? Yeah, we're going to keep inching closer to the point where, hopefully you start to understand why we believe what we believe in terms of how we approach dealing with your cult leader, Donald J. Trump. All right, let's move it along. Oh, wait a second, Takesha. You wanted to say something quickly, I guess. Is that what you wanted to do, Takesha?
I just want to say that I have a newfound respect for Bama. And I said I was going to talk about him when we got to your live.
Oh.
But what he did was so impressive to me that I will not be talking bad about Bama.
Right? Wow, Takesha, that's deep. Thank you.
I have nothing bad to say about you, Bama, because I think that was so respectful, and it took a man to be a man to apologize. We don't get that a lot.
Yeah.
And I really respect you for that. I really do.
Yeah. And to acknowledge why he was angry.
And to acknowledge that you were wrong, and to acknowledge that you were upset with the rest of us and you took it out on Edge. I just got a newfound respect for you. So you're safe from any of my jokes right now.
Fair enough.
For now, man.
For now. I want you to know there's some dogs in the backyard that are hungry and they waiting to get out, right, Takesha?
Absolutely, Zeus. Absolutely.
Right?
Bye, Zeus, because you missed. Bye.
That's Tokyo. I'm pressing the button. All right. Thank you, Takesha. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got to get. Okay. Who we got next? All right. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Good morning. Good morning, Shay. Hey, Jess. Nice to see you. Hi. How are you? Oh, we're all right. Feeling good.
Looking forward to celebrating our girl here in a minute.
Yeah. All right. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I was on that live when Bama Butterbean came in hot, and I want to add to, everybody's sentiment. And Bama, that was big of you to do that, and that's cool, man. So, so we give you kudos for that. Listen, we all get hot. We all are not sometimes our best selves on here, so nobody judges you for that. But it is something that we all need to check as to why you're angry. Why are you quick-tempered? What is going on? And figure out what the source of your anger, because it's not about us. And you always say, you liberals. We haven't done anything to you, Bama. And this is what's so sad, is that a lot of the information you're being given is telling you that the liberals are hating America, that the liberals are taking down this country, the liberals are allowing all these illegals to come in, because that's what y'all call them, not what we call them.
Yeah.
That's the problem, Bama, is that you have decided that your fellow Americans are your enemy. And that's really sad, because Bama, I don't view you as my enemy. You're an American, just like, Zeus says, just a squirrel trying to get a nut, right?
Hey. Plug your ears, Ange. All right.
And it's true. It's true. And we've got to stop demonizing people. What we need to focus in on, and what you should be focusing in on, is your politicians, is the people in power. What are they doing that is helping you or not helping you? Because I don't make legislation, so I'm not your enemy.
Right.
Zeus doesn't make legislation. He's not your enemy.
Nope.
So at some point, you have to figure out what you're being told. Are you being lied to? Are you being used? Are you being angered? That goes to all of us. We all have to take an inside reflection to figure out, why am I hating someone on the other side? Why am I hating my fellow Americans? They're coming in and they're voting just like the rest of us, right?
Yeah.
So why are we making enemies out of each other? Now, do I believe that there are horrible people with horrible agendas that are voters? Absolutely, 100%. I do. But in the end of the day, when you have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and people on your side that aren't trying to pass any legislation, they're trying to make you angry that we're supporting Ukraine. How is that helping you in your life? And they're telling you that the money that's going to Ukraine could help you, Bama. And that's not true. You have to look at our military fund. That is our war chest. We put in almost $1 trillion a year into our war chest. $1 trillion.
Wow.
Something like almost $800 million is annually used. So that money is what's going to Ukraine. None of the war chest money would ever go to helping homeless or veterans or anything else you guys are crying about.
Exactly.
That money would never be appropriated that way. But that's the problem. You're being told that that's what's happening, but you don't know that that's not what's happening. So we just ask you, Bama, I'm sure you're a nice man and all of that. And I hate to see that you're angered. And I hate that you think that we're your enemy, because we're not. And that's what I kind of wanted to share with you. On a funny note, so Stormy Daniels is on the stand.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
See, I got to get to it.
I know, she's on the stand, and they're just, it's of course Trump's attorneys are trying to make her look bad and trying to make her, look like she's lying, trying to make money off the whole thing. It's just silly, because in the end of the day, whether she is or isn't the point. Your president, your guy, is the one that slept with this supposed, horrible woman, this, loose woman, whatever you want to call her, whatever you want to degrade her as.
She's a hero, a modern day American hero.
He still slept with her.
Yeah, own it, Donald. Own it, Donald.
Or silence her. Yeah.
The only thing that really just throws, it's kind of, it's like, this is the same guy they put his head on Rambo's body, right? You seen those cartoons?
Oh God.
So you were hoping to hear about Rambo in the bedroom, and it was no Rambo. I said,
no, there was no Rambo. She was like, I gotta get out of this worst thing ever. She's like dribbling, trying to put her sleeve on.
Take that Rambo stuff off now. That Stormy Daniels she's nuclearized that, all right?
Oh my God. I mean, this was sad. And then he wanted to do it again. And then,
do it.
And she's like, I don't think so. Wow. That was enough for me, Trump. I'm good.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, that's besides the point. The whole point of this trial is to see that he absolutely interfered in the election by not letting his voters find out about it, because the Access Hollywood tape was so damaging.
Do you think that the information we're now getting, right? We're getting it now in 2024. Do you think it would have had any kind of impact if this story came out, the one that we're hearing now, if it would have came out in 2016? Do you think think it would have had any impact?
If the Access Hollywood tape didn't damage him, I mean, I don't know that him sleeping with a Playboy bunny and a porn star would have damaged him all that much. But I think they felt that it was going to, and that's why they did what they did. But sadly, these people don't care. And some people do. I mean, I definitely had some conservatives that couldn't vote for him after the Access Hollywood tape. Yeah. I think he did lose some support after that.
I think that it would, because I think right now we've been kind of desensitized with Trump and his behavior. So I think right now we're seeing like the core, but there's been a lot of people who've left MAGA, right, since his first term in office, right?
Yeah.
And I think to a certain degree, if these people would have found out that he invited this woman over for dinner, he didn't even take her out to dinner. He just gave her some water.
No, that's so bad.
Laid in those satin pajamas and got spanked on the butt with his magazine. And, hey, you remind me of my daughter.
Oh, that's the grossest part to me.
You remind me of my daughter, right?
That is the grossest part. We were actually asking a Trump supporter about that, and he was just like, yeah, that's pretty gross. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
Now, Shane, listen, this is the only way you're going to get out of that trailer.
Yeah. I know, right? Oh, God.
Yeah, it'd have been harder to defend.
We'll stay in that trailer.
Yeah. I could imagine Mike Pence himself may have said, you know what, sir, that's a bridge too far for me, right? I mean, this was a very terrible encounter, and the fact that she didn't even want round two says a lot. I mean, it just, to me, is disturbing, right?
Was not impressed, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. Okay, so the last thing is, have you seen the list of Florida delegates?
Oh, no.
Barron Trump is a Florida delegate.
Oh, I heard.
The 18-year-old Barron Trump, so is Eric Trump, so is Tiffany Trump,
oh my
so is Tiffany Trump's husband.
Oh my!
You know that Laura Trump is head of the RNC. Then you have Kimberly Guilfoyle is also a delegate. I don't know about Don Jr. So I don't know about you guys, but this is kind of kind of seeming like a family affair here. If you get what I'm saying.
Corruption at a high level. Yeah. Well, this is why we got to make sure we do our best to keep these knuckleheads out of office. right?
Yeah, this is a little weird, guys. It's a little weird. So, but now Barron Trump is an adult, so I guess he can be put on the table. So maybe we can treat him like they treat Hunter.
I listen. Yeah, you know what? I try to.
Let him be a delegate. Jesus Christ! Let the kid go to college. Let him have his own life.
Yeah. But I'll say this. I'm not going after. But
no,
if
I'm not.
If he
I'm
starts
not. It's not his problem.
If he starts to cross that line, I don't know what that line is. But if I see one toe cross that line, then we're gonna have to have those tough conversations. All right, that's just how
fair game. But he's a kid.
Right, Bounce.
I don't know. Anyway, all right, my friend, I'll let you go. Let's celebrate dance. Love you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause. All righty then. Good morning, Bounce. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? All right, we'll do a couple more.
Yes, I am sitting here eating my big old breakfast.
Oh,
from the grocery store that is got the really high prices.
Yeah.
So, but I bought them with my food stamps. I just
Hey, it don't matter how you get it, as long as you get it. All right, and I mean that.
I shopped with coupons too.
Oh, so you out here being a very what they call fiscally responsible.
I'm frugal.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So I just wanted to come on here and tell you about the Michigan, and we got the blue seat. How about that?
Let's go. Shout out to Michigan.
Shout out to Michigan.
So you're telling us those poll numbers are a little misleading?
I believe they are. They always are. But the funniest part is, let me tell you something.
Talk to him.
You fail at business. You fail at a university. You squander all your your inheritance off, right?
Right. They squandered it off.
You squandered it. Then you turned around and you got this Trump stock going with Truth Social that's going up and down, and now your people are being investigated. Let's don't leave that part out. And then the second part to all of this, when you fail in the bedroom, you just a big old failure, period.
Oh, you went there, Bounce.
Yes, because
wait a second. You said he failed in the bedroom with the. Can you elaborate on that? Because that's Rambo. That was Rambo in there.
He failed with Stormy. Stormy didn't want no more.
Wow.
She just said, "The hell with you. I got to get out of here." But when you sit up here and you fail at that, and you have failed at everything in your life, what does that say to you, MAGA men who wearing diapers in honor of him? So I just met Takesha. Yeah. And Takesha, I am going to support your diapers, and I am going to give them out I'm going to send them to red states.
Okay. And then we're going to help them get to those red states and get Takesha's business booming, all right? Because those folks need those gold shoes and those diapers.
Yes, we need the ones that are really soiled because they love walking in mess. That this has been and the other part, this is most important, is that the Republicans, I was on another live, I'm gonna fact check it to make sure, but they said it's true that the Republicans took away when you for cancer research, they took funding? That out. Yeah, wow. The funding.
They cut the funding. Isn't that something?
The funding.
Wow.
And these people that come on here and say that they're patriots, they have never served in war. They just lied just to say, he's cutting, Biden's cutting funding for the vets. You're not a vet. So you would not know that, because half of you come up here and pretend like you're vets. Hey. Just like those, what's those guys' name that come on here and he's a doctor, then he's a lawyer. Then
restitution.
Yeah, restitution.
And conservative
I got your real picture, restitution, so I know what you look like.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. He hasn't been around lately. I think you all have scared restitution off, ladies and gentlemen. You scared him off. He's afraid of you, all right? But listen, Bounce, I appreciate you, all right?
Thank you so much. I had a good day, and I'm going to eat my my lunch that I bought with my food stamps too, because you know what? I am not struggling at the grocery store, okay?
I ain't either. All right, you eat some extra for me. All right.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good day, and thank you for having me.
All right. Anytime, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Bounce a round of applause. And are you there? And let's sing happy birthday. And
Time
Zeus.
for the birthday girl.
Yes, Zeus has to get up out of here. Ange, are you there? Ange, come on, let's sing it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to sing happy birthday to my good friend Ange. All right, she's had a successful year in the kingdom with Zeus, and we would like to celebrate her birthday in typical kingdom fashion. So you know what we do? Go deep into your gifts, and let's reward one of the best. And I say this, because I'm Triple H, one of the best people I've met on this app by far, hands down. Beautiful inside and out, very strong, very fierce. All right, but you know what? Very fair. All right. Happy birthday, Ange. All right. Now, is there anything you want to say before we start this song, real quickly?
Just I appreciate you all. I've been following you for 18 months. Came across you because you were going against those January 6ers. You know that's my favorite topic.
Looking good. No wonder Bama apologized. I see why you're slaying today, Ange. All right.
Thank you. I have to go somewhere after this. I'm going
Okay. All right. Let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's sing happy birthday.
I heard it was somebody's birthday.
Hey!
I heard it was somebody's birthday. Yeah. PJ Panda birthday song. Yeah. Today is your birthday. We gon' say it loud.
Hey!
Your birthday. I know you're so proud.
Turn up.
Today is your birthday. We gon' turn out.
Hey!
Party, get it lit and wild out.
Get out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Happy birthday, Ange.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey!
Happy birthday.
Get a dog and a cat.
Get a cake, get a candles,
Hey!
a kiss.
Hey! Let's go. Turn up.
Got a new outfit,
And it's lit. Woo! Happy! Hey! Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. The beautiful Anne. Once in a lifetime, we're celebrating happy birthday. Hey! Hey! Cut the cake. Ah, look at that money gun in. Let's go. Hey! Happy birthday, Ange. Oh my God. Look at the shoes. Oh my God. The key with the lock. Let's go. You know how we do over here, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta do it. Ooh, what is that? Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you deserve it, Ange. Oh, look at the shoes. Hey, look at that. I got the choo-choo train. Garbage. Hey, look at that. Oh my God. Listen to all that love you get, Ange. It's really a pleasure. All right, seriously.
Thank you.
All right, now any plans before you get up out of here? All right, any plans today? You're going out. It looks like you're going somewhere very important. You don't gotta share.
I'm just gonna go to lunch with my daughter and share the day with my granddaughter. It's her birthday as well.
Okay.
That's it for now.
Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to the grandbaby. All right, from all of us in the kingdom. You're looking great. You've made my day. You've done a lot already. You got somebody to apologize at the top of the day.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know how I did it, but
I don't need it. Now you're going live later, or you're just going to take the day off?
no, I went this morning. I'll go tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you guys.
All
I
right.
love you
Well,
all. Thank you.
love you too. Have a great rest of your day. All right, Ange. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Ange one more round of applause. Lady.
I'm a swerve. How come I can't get? Okay.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, listen, that concludes this special broadcast, and I do hope you all enjoyed it. It's been quite the show, hasn't it? Right? You all deserve a round of applause. To all of my subscribers, to all of my gifters, to the moderators and the panelists, thank you once again for helping to keep this show exciting, engaging, and entertaining. It really is impressive, right? And you know what we got to do? One more round of booze and shame for the Zeus haters out there, right? These are the Zeus haters. These are your haters out there. These are our critics and our detractors. They peddle misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. They spread evil, hatred, lies, bigotry, racism, misogyny, and all kinds of nastiness on behalf of their cult leader, Donald J. Trump. Let's give them their final round of booze and shame. Get them out of here. All right, and on that note, we're out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
Los heads.
What a show, ladies and gentlemen. What a show. That dark IT lady. Hey.
This is how I move when I'm walking
Have
like
a blessed
Zeus.
day.
This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
Hey, Nathan's mom. Gina. All right, I see you, IT lady. Tracy. Jackie, I see you cold as the days. Good job. I see you hit him with the Zeus hands. Joe Two Wolf. Heaven, Edge. Once again, happy birthday to you and your grandbaby. Love you too, Tinker Bell. 13 Dot, I see you. Malice. Maureen, I see you. Jackie, thank you for the rose. Carol. Carla, I see you. Nathan's mom, I see you. All right. Jeffrey, I see you. All right. Queen Flea. And hey, I love it. Enjoy your day. Eat something nice. Get you some boba. You know how we do. PA. This is still. Hey. Like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Marisol, I see you. Tony Jones. Action Mona. Rick C. Carol. Garvey. Laura, let's go, let's go. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a Hey, cool, let's go on vacation. You see how we do it? You said I'm the best morning show on TikTok. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. We'll get there. All right, and thank you, Work Pro. Oh, Work Boss, I see ya. Angel, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, we're making progress. Whether you believe it or not, we're making progress. All right. Hey, and other ladies love me because I'm sweet like a tooth. Hey, hey, I can't do the battle. I can't do the battle. Lady Rima, I see you. Oh no, you're right, Heaven. No way. It's too much thought going into it. It's like a train right now. It's just going. It's moving too fast. The inertia is unbelievable. Seriously. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. Cold as the day. Poker Dad. Hey, I see you, brother. Nice to see you. All right, come on back to the kingdom. You know this is where you belong, right? All right, you remember this? All right.
11,780. One more than we have.
And that's how you get. That's how you get a Rico. That's how you get a Rico case. Queen Flea, I see ya. Reggie, where you at, Reggie? Let's hit him with the Jack Smith remix.
He's deranged.
Hey, man. Hey.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turned it into 36 charges.
Right.
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. This is my favorite one.
They started just recently with
There
this
it goes.
crap. They started just recently. They could have brought this lawsuit, Brenner, 3 years ago, right after I left.
DJ.
It's been 3 years. But they didn't do that. And now they're saying, we have to go immediately before the Supreme Court. This thing would have all been over with 2 years ago.
It would have.
But they waited and
waited.
And then they saw I was running, and they waited, and then they saw I was hot. And they filed lawsuits. These are very dishonest people. That's called election interference. These are and now they're fighting like hell because they want to try and get a guilty plea.
Yep.
From the Supreme Court of the United States, which I can't imagine because you have presidential immunity.
Right.
But strange things happen. But they want to get that because that's the only way they're going to win the election.
Right.
It's a very sick thing.
Right.
But think of it. They waited and waited and waited.
Right.
For years.
Right.
In fact, nobody thought, everyone was saying they're never going to bring any charges. Most people said they're not going to bring them because they don't have anything. And then all of a sudden they started getting hit with these lawsuits.
Woo, that is so hilarious.
Now they're saying, let's...
Oh my gosh, the way he starts rambling after that shows you he's guilty. When he starts talking like that, all right, now let's drop the bomb, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
That's right, you ain't black, you ain't nothing but a modern day slave. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay